Well, fish and cook this time. We catch our own fish, we do not go to the supermarket. And we couldn't ask for anything finer than that. Beautiful, fresh bass fillets there. Big fillets. I wouldn't want to buy that in a restaurant in England. Man alive, they'd have you nailed to the ground with the price. Big bucks. Now they say the best way to cook fish is a simple way. No fancy sauces, so a spoonful or two of cooking oil. That's all they say, a couple of spoons of oil. Pan will be hot. That's 2. This did previously have some hair shampoo from a hotel. You would not want to shampoo your hair in that. Go like glue. And knob of butter.
We'll get demonetised for saying that.
What, butter?
No.
Knob? Everybody's got one.
Demonetised.
Now, the butter obviously melts a lot quicker than the oil, but by mixing the two together, I think it just, I don't know what he does, but he does. I was told to do that. They say that's the way to do it. If you put a couple of teaspoonfuls of oil, I'm just holding it above the flame there, just trying to get that melted. And fish generally, a fillet is going to cook a lot quicker because it's thinner, isn't it? It's laterally thinner. That's sort of done there. Yeah, that's hot, buddy. You think it's not hot? A lot of fires when you think there's not enough heat in there, there actually is. Trust me when we whack these in there. Just damp each side. These are beautiful fillets. Hand cut by a master chef. Absolutely beautiful. I guess, depending on the heat. Now the problem is with a campfire, you can't always get constant heat. It's not a gas, is it? You can't go up and down with it. It's not like an electric cooker. You get a constant heat with those. That's why we use them. Otherwise everybody would have a campfire in their kitchen. There's several different ways you can actually catch bass. It can be from the shore. If you're a survivalist, you're going to be able to need to catch them from the shore, or you can catch them from a boat. Here's a few ways that we catch them here at the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. Oh, that's a big bass.
No. Holy
This is a big bass.
Swearing, guys. Sorry about the wind, but I've got a chocolate bar halfway down my mouth.
This is a nice bass.
And we have waited
3, 4 hours. Be real close because we don't know how he's got the other line. I'm going to net him. We're going to have to mess around with this, guys. There's nobody here. Watch that small hook, right? You're probably not going to see the net in it because I'm
sorry about this, guys, but we need to get this fish in the boat.
Absolutely no way.
Just as you said, that water change.
Colour change. Look, not too much, not too much.
Mac was just hanging there.
I know, that means the hook's hanging there, mate. That means the hook's hanging there. That's a
nice bass.
For Totally Awesome, this could be a jumbo bass.
Oh, he's just hanging there. Let's try and net him. Look at that! That's a chunky great bass. What?
That's your PB bass, 100%.
That is a PB bass. Well, there we go, folks. That is a totally awesome bass. Look at the size of the bait that it's taken.
That's ridiculous.
That's a chunky bait, on its own. But it's got to go 7-8 pounds. I said nearly 8 pounds. This fish. What an absolute clonking bass. There's the dorsal fin there. They got the spikes on the end of it. They got spikes all over bass. Good eating fish. Spikes on the dorsal there. Spikes on the edge of the gills down here, somewhere there, and underneath as well. Just down there, there's a spike as well. Just to be wary of it. Cracking fish. Awesome.
Well, now you can see how some of the different ways you can catch bass, but once you've got them, you've got to cook them, clean them, and this is the way we do it. Now that's how you catch our European sea bass. one of the ways. That's from a boat. You can also catch them, if you're a survival catch and cook, from the shoreline. Now then, here's one we prepared earlier. Actually, caught on another trip. It's already been gutted, been in the fridge overnight. Nice big bass there. But first, to get it ready for the campfire, I've got to descale it before I fillet it. Otherwise I'm going to blunt the knife. Now, I'm not using my best filleting knife here because I don't want that blunt by the scales. I'm using a thicker kitchen type knife to come under and flick these scales off. I'll show you how I do it. I put a slight bend in the fish first, and I'm going to start from the tail. Hopefully you can see this, guys. And just flick a few off like this. They ping everywhere. There's no easy way around it. You can get scraping tools to do it, but you can see there, you wouldn't want to be eating these. It would be like crunching on a 10-cent piece. So, off they come, scraping and scraping. It's not rocket science, it's just the way it is with scaled fish, like snappers as well. Anything with scales on, you've got to descale. You can, if you wanted to, fillet it first and try deskinning it, but I think the traditional way would be try and get these armour plated scales off the fish. You can see they're pretty big. Just gradually work my way back to where my hand is and do it very, very carefully. That's why I'm using a slightly, well, I say fairly standard blunter type of kitchen knife. That's pretty, when you can hear it's nice and smooth. If I come up here where the scales are, you'll actually hear them flick. There. Wide variety of ways of cooking bass. They are highly regarded as a fine restaurant table fish, and for some strange obscure reason here in the UK, the restaurant people have started calling it sea bass. No, listen, it's always been called a bass for millennia, but they think it obviously must sell better if it's called sea bass. Where else do they think it comes from? It's a bass, a European bass. All those filleting aficionados, don't bother commenting on, oh, you've left some meat on the bone. Look, if I'm surviving, I'm eating the whole thing. I'd probably make the head soup and I'd probably eat the liver, guts and eyeballs. But I'm not starving at the moment, so don't bother writing in and saying, oh, you filleted it all wrong. I'm filleting this my way, and I can, because it's our show. In the rubbish. Right, there we go, let's get it back. I've got the bulk of the scales off there, and I'm going to fill it by making an insertion with this one filleting knife just in there. So I'm going to cut just round the back of the head here. Just behind, I'm just going to slide it gently behind that pectoral fin, just easing it slowly. There, and then I'm just going to insert the knife and hopefully run it just here. You should be able to feel with a filleting knife along the backbone. Just work my way along with that cut. Once you get a bit of a cut there, you can actually just sort of stroke it along. But to start with, just do a very, very slow cut. I've got no rush, I'm not doing it fast. Fast might equal an accident when filleting with sharp knives, and this is a sharp knife. There we go. I can just bump it along the edge of the bones there. You should be able to see this meat here just coming away from the skeleton there. There it goes, look. So once you get off this top half here, the second half comes away a lot easier. There's not always a lot of meat on the belly of the fish. The majority of the thick meat on nearly all fish is in there, the top half. That's where the strength comes from. So I'm just doing this one slowly till I get right through to the other side. I would say there's enough meat on here for 4 people. Now there's 2 pretty hefty chunks of meat there. What you can do, let's just wash that knife off, is you can go into the meat like this, right, just make a slightly angled cut holding one end and just work the skin, or basically the main body, backwards and forwards against the knife at the same time. And look, you can take it off the skin itself. so you don't have to worry about cooking with skin. As you can see, I've got two nice chunks of meat, big slabs of meat there on both sides. Look, clean on both sides. And hopefully no bones in there. Gives you a guide. Let's get that fire going. I can taste these fish already. Well, Mike's made this little container out of two tops of bottle caps. Just put a little bit of salt on that side because I'm going to turn this shortly. And perhaps a little bit of pepper as well, I think.
Pepper is the other side.
And who is it? Also agrees you have to get salt and throw the right hand over the left shoulder into the face of the devil. Who's heard that? Anybody else heard that?
Dad has been doing that with me for years as a kid. He always, in the kitchen, he's throwing it over the shoulder, it's going everywhere. Mum gets annoyed with it, but he's been doing it for absolutely years.
The kitchen's actually covered in salt.
Yeah.
There's some pepper as well, look. Nice little bit of bass with pepper. You can put lemon on there, you can put different juices, you can put what you want on there.
That's looking good.
And then I'm going to turn this very shortly. Oh my word, I can almost taste it. That is doing a treat.
Guys, it is smelling good. We are pretty much ready. Out come what looks like the blue plates.
The blue plates? Oh my!
The blue plates are back. Bushcraft, here we are.
They double as frisbees. That is absolutely
Look at that.
falling apart. That would cost you
The blue plate.
big, yeah, plate will probably melt as well.
Yeah.
You can't beat a bit of good plastic. And there we go. Do
Awesome.
remember to take that off. Do not tread in it. Let it cool. And now ready to enjoy. And you might have seen earlier, Mike's got this. If you're on damp, wet ground, a kneeling pad. I just realised it can double as a sitting pad for Dad.
On the log, that's a good idea. Now I'm going to have a wet bum and you're
exactly,
not.
I won't. That's why. Well, experience and general life experiences do tell you a little bit more than younger people.
What's the verdict? I'm going to film you eating it. I'm very
It's flaking
jealous.
apart. Smells nice.
Is it good?
Well, to be honest, guys, I had some with my wife. We cooked some back in the kitchen, and this is better.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
tell her that.
Well, no, she didn't cook it. I did. This is definitely better. I wonder if it's the open fire that does it.
Yeah, I reckon.
Well, test for yourself, but
Let's
don't trust me. Mike's a real coffee lover, but I've forgotten to bring the tea bags, so I'm going to take a real stab in the dark. It's going to be a stab somewhere, because normally if I have coffee, I don't drink coffee. I never used to like the smell of it, and then I got into the smell of it. And a few times in Florida, I had coffee with milk and lots of sugar, and then about 6 hours later, it was pan time. I just don't know what it is that coffee does to my intestines, but it does something to my intestines. It's not good. It's really not good. Hopefully you guys won't be around to see it, but I fear after drinking this cup of coffee, it could be Larry the latrine.
Yeah, over there.
Over there. Got to live dangerously. Smells nice, huh? Jeez. No sugar.
I thought you were going to say it's too hot.
Too hot.
Burn that tash off of yours.
God, yeah. How do people drink black coffee with no milk? It's bad enough with milk.
I like that coffee.
I just get
Look how much.
Four
Oh
or
my
five-
god, Dad.
4 or 5
There's so much
shovels.
cholesterol and everything in that.
God, but I was healthy with the fish.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, man alive, why can't I just have a tea bag, an English cup of tea, to sit here in the lovely woods, listening to Joe trying to find us in the airplane.
Yeah. We've got so much activity going on.
Here we're Badger's Rest is in our own family's wood, so we're lucky there. But about a forest or two over, you might hear the beeping. They got forestry vehicles working over there. So I guess, yeah, they're cutting it down the forest there, but this is all natural woodland here. All deciduous, all natural. It's about as natural as this cup of coffee. Tell you what's natural. 3 minutes to the latrine.
This is Dad's cup of tea, or as he likes to call it, his coffee, which he's made so milky that it's basically
And sugary.
a tea. Heart attack in a cup, that is.
So caffeine's coming, here it comes. It's a caffeine rush. I'll never sleep tonight. Look what it's done to my eyes. Oh my God. My body's not used to caffeine. Oh no.
So, while after we just had that bass, we decided to have a go at making a little bushcraft chair. There's loads of different ways of making these chairs. This is just our quickly knocked up one. We literally did this in about half an hour, 20 minutes. The great thing about this chair is obviously it doesn't get as wet like these logs, because I can just take these off and get some more sticks, put them on. It's also pretty portable, as you can see when I was moving it, because it's basically two sort of A-frame type logs tied together with some paracord. I probably, in hindsight, wouldn't use paracord again. I'd use something like bank line, which is a bit tougher. I think paracord's great for certain knots, but it definitely slips when you're kind of doing lashes and whips and things like that. Over time it does slip, so it has its place. What we've done is obviously we've got a support pole here at the top to stop the back pinging up, and we've dug the back into the ground and put a log over the top of it to stop it flipping up. So support pole at the top, and then also underneath, you can't really see it here, support pole there to stop it flipping down, so it prevents that seesaw motion basically. So then for the backrest, all I've got is it's a bit crude, it doesn't matter, but there's just two support poles here at about lower back and then mid to upper back here. You can change obviously the angle of it as well. You can lean it forward or lean it back. What we've done here is we've actually tied this back support pole to the A-frame at the bottom, and if I actually tied it to this A-frame here and not the bottom support pole, I could basically move this, it's hard to explain, but I can move this in and out, and we can move the chair to wherever we want. But we're quite happy here because it's here, got the heat of the fire for the winter when it's cold, and you know, you're not too far, you're not too close to the fire itself. So guys, we're just building little things here. Got the tripod in the background, the cooking tripod, got a fire pit, got one of the walls. There's so much more me and Dad want to do here at this Badgers Rest Camp. And hopefully over the winter months will come, well, we've got autumn first, but the fall, as you guys call it, the fall. It's quite comfy, you know?
It's the right height.
Yes. Legs, look, nice 90-degree angle on the legs. No deep vein thrombosis for me.
Yeah. Any splinters?
No, that's not too bad at all, actually. I'm quite impressed. Yeah, I'm quite impressed.
I feel we might have to make another one of those.
Yeah, I think so. Dot a couple. Still have the logs for like ambient looks.
For guests?
Yeah, for guests, and dot a few around over there. That's nice. I'm quite. Look, that's pretty springy. Yeah, that's comfy enough. You definitely need those back supports. Possibly a few more back supports, because I can feel my spine might be going through the back a bit. I don't know what it looks like through there, but I would like a few more back supports here. Can you see it sort of sagging through? That would be better, just to push me up a bit better posture. Hope you've enjoyed that little bit, guys, where we had some bass. The bass was amazing, I have to admit, really, really tasty. And the Bushcraft chair, hopefully it lasts. It's not going to last forever, like all things in the woods that we build. It's not going to last forever, but hopefully it'll last us through the winter anyway.
I'd say so, yeah, absolutely.
We haven't got any theory time for you guys at the moment, but Dad's got a little feather here, which I reckon I know what it is. We like showing these feathers sometimes.
Pick that one up. I think it's different to the last one we showed, just so any of you guys know what it is.
I know what it is, but I'm not going to say, but have a guess.
I reckon you think it's a red kite.
Could be.
I don't.
It's got the orange tinge to it.
I think it's off a buzzard. So any of you guys, this is obviously in England, think they know what it is, just out of interest, let us know what you think.
Guys, thanks very much for watching the video. We do have one more thing that we want to show you, but we're going to pack our gear up first, head on out towards the exit of the woodland, and then we'll show you there. Well, what we've got here is, I've been given a trail cam, which is pretty awesome. This has got night vision as well. Films in the day, films in the night, by the trigger system, obviously. Put some batteries in it. First time I've used it. Hopefully, we're going to put it on this tree here. Dad's seen deer, haven't you, Dad? Behind me here, Dad's seen deer.
That corner coming through there.
Yeah, and I've seen, there's plenty of squirrel here because there's acorns everywhere from the oak tree. But we've got the badger set over to my right, so I might put it there as well. But I'm probably going to leave it for maybe 2 nights and see what happens. So going a bit lower, we're actually by the badger. We're going to try it by the badger set, guys. But obviously, being a badger that we want to try and film, they're only small mammals, so I'm just going a bit lower. I would go higher for deer, but about there for the moment. I'm just going to secure it. So here's the unit itself. I'm not doing a full review on this, guys, because I haven't used it properly yet. You'll see that in a different video. All I'm going to do, it's got an LCD screen here, cameras here, infrared, well, they're sort of black LEDs up there, and the PIR sensor, the PIR sensor, is just there. So I'm going to put it on test first, and you'll probably see Dad with the camera. There you go, there's Dad with the camera. Come to the side a bit, Dad. Well, guys, just there on the top of the screen is the dirt rough patch. The badger's hole is just the other side of it. So I know my camera's low enough to be able to film the badger, hopefully. But now I've got to tension the strap up completely. Guys, once I switch this to on, we've got 8 seconds. Hopefully. And 8, and 10 seconds, there we go. Clip, it's all weatherproof. What do you think, Dad? Do you think we'll get one?
Well, sleep tonight, what with the coffee, and worry if there's going to be a badger or a bear or a wolverine there.
Right, let's crack on. Badger holes everywhere here. Look, these are all disused ones, guys. Where the leaves are in it, so they don't use it anymore. But the one where we've put the trail cam, there's all scratch marks there, there's paw prints. Here's some more birch polypore. Look at that one, that's a huge one. Big old birch polypore. I'm not going to break it off, but you can use these for all sorts of things. Medicinal plasters, even a knife strop, I'll show you one day. But this is a big old fallen birch, this one. It's been here quite a while.